Like I initially also said, I would like to thank IDA, Punjab chapter, Guide My Diet and Red Bull for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this session and plus to share my insights and my knowledge and expertise in the field of sports nutrition. So thank you very much and I hope you are going to be a marvelous listeners. Okay, so before we move ahead with the actual topic, we are going to see that what all things we are going to cover up today. So firstly, about sports nutrition, because there's so many things that you hear and we are in a dietetics field, so definitely we know कि okay, चलो दाल चावल रोटी देना है. But the thing is, in sports nutrition, the concepts are totally different. And there are no set protocols when you are handling with an athlete. So we're going to understand that what is the exact definition of sports nutrition from a theoretical aspect as well as from a practical aspect. Because I'm a kind of person who's been in this field for more than 7 years now. And I love to share my experiences because it gives us insights to know about how to exactly practice when we are dealing with an athlete. So we're going to talk about what is sports nutrition. Sports versus clinical nutrition, because generally we know that common differences are there, but what exactly goes in, especially when you're handling an athlete, that's something which one should know about. Okay, we're going to talk about importance of sports nutrition in athletes' life, because see, when I deal with athletes, generally most of the people kind of know about it because coaches बताते हैं या physios बताते हैं कि ये खाना चाहिए वो खाना चाहिए. But most of the time goes in the counseling for them to understand कि ये चीज खाने से क्या होने वाला है. So that अगर उनको result जब आते हैं तो they know that okay, this food is actually giving them the benefit from the nutrition point of view. क्योंकि अगर हम technical चीजें बताने जाएंगे उनको then ultimately it's going to be a problem for them to understand. So simple चीज करके if we tell them, if we ourselves understand कि what is the role of sports nutrition in athlete's life, then only we would be able to explain it to them. Then energy systems and its correlation. This is very important when we talk about sports nutrition because अगर हमें energy systems ही नहीं मालूम है, we will not understand कि अगर एक athlete हमारे पास आ रहा है, so what kind of nutrition strategy, what kind of fuel is beneficial for that sport or for that athlete. So energy system पे हम थोड़ा touch base कर लेंगे. Category of sports, generally हमें basic तो मालूम होता ही है, but in between भी because of the energy system या because of different demands of the body, especially when an athlete is playing or performing, तो we need to understand कि ये categories कौन से हैं and based on that the nutrition also differs. Then we will talk about the macro and micronutrients. I'm not going to go in detail about it, but just from a sports nutrition perspective, ये चीज का क्या फायदा होता है, and if in case you have to recommend something, whether it's a supplement or a food or a nutrition strategy to an athlete, when we talk about macro and micro, तो क्या क्या चीजों का हमने ध्यान रखना चाहिए या on what basis we should recommend all of these things. So we're going to talk about that. Hydration, most important. बहुत सारे एथलीट्स को इस पे बहुत बार काउंसलिंग करना पड़ता है कि यू नीड टू ड्रिंक फ्लूइड्स हो या हाइड्रेशन हो या स्पोर्ट्स ड्रिंक हो, सो यू नीड टू एजुकेट देम. बट बिफोर दैट वी नीड टू नो कि व्हाट इज इट्स रोल इन आवर बॉडी, हाउ डज इट हेल्प फॉर एन एथलीट विद रिगार्ड्स टू देयर परफॉर्मेंस एंड रिकवरी. And lastly, we'll touch base a little bit on the supplements. Supplements is altogether a huge topic, but in future, if time allows us and if everything goes well, so definitely we can cover that up. And उसके बाद definitely Q&A के लिए I'll try and keep more time. Okay, so what is sports nutrition? So from my perspective, sports nutrition is something which I don't want to scare you, but it's a very challenging field because the number one problem in sports nutrition is there are no set protocols. जैसे clinical में होता है ना कि diabetes है तो carb counting करना है, certain foods देने हैं, certain amount of calories देनी है. Versus when they are competing at a particular place, all of these things are the differentiation between clinical nutrition and sports nutrition. Because इसमें एक चीज का ही हम ध्यान नहीं देते, बल्कि we also need to understand all of these parameters in order to make sure that your athlete is performing well. So this is the major difference when we talk about sports versus clinical. Clinically we don't know कि okay, these are the certain things, these are the important things that we need to take care of. But sports में you need to do a lot of R&D because अगर आपने कोई strategy आपके athlete के लिए दी है, if you get another athlete in the same sport, it is not necessary that the same strategy is going to be beneficial for the other athlete. because body composition अलग होता है, gender and all of those things are totally different. So you have to be prepared in advance to make sure that you are giving the right strategy for the right individual. And once you know कि internationally जितने भी research हो रहे हैं, there are articles, there are sports nutritionists who are qualified, who are practicing it globally. Once you start knowing their experiences, every day is like a learning for you when you're in sports nutrition. Okay, so that's the difference between sports and clinical nutrition. Okay, so why does an athlete need to know? Because see, there's a lot of counseling that goes in to the coach, to the athlete, to the physio. It's same in the field of sports nutrition. I think वो dietitian के field में ही है कि अगर आप hospital के साथ thyroid है, uric acid, so on. There is nothing like that in India for athletes. There is no RDA. There is no guidelines for each sport nutrition wise. So the problem starts there because you have to understand कि for every individual the nutrition strategy differs. Number one, and number two is कि उनके training के हिसाब से, body type के हिसाब से the nutrition keeps on changing. And if you consider a regular person versus an athlete, the amount of training, the intensity of training, the duration of training that they are doing for their sport is totally different. So sports nutrition, जहाँ पे भी लिखा है, I generally don't like reading on the slides, but it is generally about improving an athlete's performance. When we do that, we have to make sure that we are taking care of their hydration, we are taking care of their pre, during, post training meals, which is going to be like a fuel for them to perform. Because if your athlete is not feeding well, or if you are not recommending as per the requirement of their sport, then ultimately it's not a win-win situation for both of you. Okay? There should be a right balance of everything. It's not about only focusing on one particular nutrient, but should have a holistic approach for all the nutrition strategies that you're going to apply in that athlete's diet. And like mentioned over here, it's not only about talking one thing, कि खाली performance की बात नहीं होती है. जो हॉस्पिटल डॉक्टर बोलेंगे वही डाइटिशियन ने देना है, करेक्ट, राइट? स्पोर्ट्स न्यूट्रिशन में भी ऐसे ही है. कोच सर जो बोलेंगे केला खाना है या यही ड्रिंक पीना है, नींबू पानी पीना है, एनर्जाल पीना है, ये पीना है, वो पीना है, तो दे वुड लिसन टू देम. So you as a sports nutritionist need to make the athlete understand कि what is exactly going to happen if you follow in a certain way. ट्रेनिंग का डिसिप्लिन होता ही है, नो डाउट अबाउट इट, बट न्यूट्रिशन का डिसिप्लिन आना इज योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स विच यू नीड टू एजुकेट योर एथलीट अबाउट कि आपका न्यूट्रिशन करेक्ट होने से what all things are going to improve. So number one is definitely general health as well as their training needs. Because India में if you see most of the places अगर कोई जहाँ पे athletes are training, people don't eat anything before they train. भले वो स्पोर्ट्स में रहो, भले वो जिम जा रहे हो, because they want to lose weight or because they want to maintain the muscle and so on. They don't eat anything before, they don't eat anything after. After लेंगे भी तो they would probably have say a protein or something like that. So this be in a sports nutrition field, you need to make them understand and know if you do not follow it, ultimately your performance will go down. Training needs would not be taken into consideration या उसके लिए वो sufficient strategy नहीं होगी, as well as your overall health will go down. So that's number one thing. It enables athletes to train efficiently. It's a simple example I give to all the sessions that I do. It's for adults, just for the fun part I do that. So I always ask all of my athletes to basically, think that their body is some sort of a car, whichever favorite car they like, BMW or Porsche or whatever car they like. And make sure that they are fueling their car according to the brand. Because आप BMW versus Mercedes compare करोगे तो fuel अलग है, oil अलग है, engine अलग है, etc. etc. So until and unless the athlete don't understand, until unless they don't know that okay they are at that level, they would not start fueling themselves as per the expectations of their body. So it is important for them to know कि yes, I need to eat. I'm not saying to eat fancy things. Normally खाना है. The only difference is you need to make sure that you're fueling well so that your car is running without any damage, without any injury. Provide the energy, definitely. अगर आप पेट्रोल डालोगे नहीं गाड़ी में तो वो चलेगी नहीं. So it's as simple as that. So you need to make sure that they are eating well for the amount of their training that they're doing. Because I have seen so many athletes till date, but जब तक आप काउंसिल नहीं करोगे, जब तक आप बताओगे नहीं, तब तक they would not eat. Because वो एक तो पहली चीज तो होता है कि नहीं मैम हम इतना ट्रेनिंग करें, खाया नहीं जा रहा है. या फिर ऐसे होता है कि दे आर लाइक नॉलेज नहीं होती है, देयर इज नो अवेयरनेस अबाउट इट, or else they feel that okay, if they eat too much they would not be able to perform. So these are some of the misconceptions that they have. Performance, very sufficient for their sport and sufficient for their training needs. Definitely carbs, it's a fuel for the working muscle. Generally आप जिम में जाते हो या अगर कोई एथलीट भी है, people have this misconception कि वर्कआउट करने के बाद खाली प्रोटीन ही लेना है. But until unless you do not educate them that you know जो आप प्रोटीन ले रहे हो, for it to get absorbed in your muscle you need carbs. If the athlete or the individual does not know about it, it is going to be waste. And their body, next time whenever they work out, they are going to utilize the same muscle because muscle is the first source of energy when anyone is competing. And it's not that they are because their maximum heart rate or their heart rate zone भी होता है वो काफी anaerobic zone में चला जाता है depending on what sport they are into. So because of which it's so obvious that their body composition and muscle loss is going to happen. So you need to make sure that you're providing the right kind of strategy as soon as they're done with their training, but you need to also make them understand that why it is important. Rehydration, जैसे मैंने बोला via sweat, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, your glucose, everything goes for a toss where the conditions अलग होते हैं. But kids or even athletes do not know that what kind of an impact their body is going to have if in case they have not rehydrated well. अगर body ज्यादा दिनों तक या ज्यादा duration तक if it is dehydrated, then ultimately there are higher chances of the muscle being sore and as well as higher chances of them getting any sort of a muscle, ligament, cartilage or bone related injuries. Okay, hemoglobin synthesis, ये तो definitely है. The amount of food or even if they want to have supplementation depending on their blood chemistry, so definitely it is going to help them for their performance because it's not only about what kind of sport they are into, but in general also it is important for them to have these kind of nutrients in their diet. Bone and joint health, very crucial because people don't understand that. Whenever I see my athletes blood test, maximum of them are vitamin D deficit. Calcium तो चलो ठीक ठाक हो जाता है, but then vitamin D is always either borderline low or just like okay 25-30 तक level होता है. But for an athlete to make sure that their body composition is correct, because जो भी athletes आते हैं उनका major goal ये होता है कि my performance should not go down. Most important thing for that is if the muscle mass is not enough for their sport, then ultimately it is going to be a challenge for their body as well. And for the muscle to hold on to the bone mass, your bone should be strong enough, right? So it's important for you to make sport. क्योंकि until unless you don't know about it, the nutrition strategy that you want to recommend to that athlete would not be sufficient. Okay, so definitely ATP-CP, which lasts for certain seconds, it is just to give that quick burst of energy. Okay, so when we talk about any sort of maybe say weightlifting है, boxing है, स्विमिंग में भी वो लास्ट के थोड़े से जो सेकंड्स होते हैं when they have to like finish line करना है, even in marathon running, this is the system which is used. There are certain sports in which there can be 3 of these systems used or maybe 2 of them. So you need to make sure that of glycogen either stored in your liver or either stored in your muscle cell. Okay, so जैसे hockey है, football है, all of the endurance sports they need to have, or aerobic system basically comes into picture when an individual is performing that. Okay, so जैसे मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि aerobic system plus ATP CPP आ सकता है, anaerobic plus ATP CPP आ सकता है. There are certain sports जिसमें दोनों या तीनों kind of sports energy system can come into picture. Okay, so you need to understand this so that the kind of macronutrients that you need to plan for their sport would be defined based on the energy system that the athlete. Then most of the sport, when we talk about power athletes, come under weight category events. So it is important as a sports nutritionist for you to make sure we talk about these nutrients. Most important thing for athlete or for the sports category is that how much and what kind of macros should we focus on when we are talking about these nutrients. So starting with carbs, definitely I'm not saying carbs are bad. बहुत सारे athletes को misconception होता है कि no, I should not be eating carbs because then my energy levels would fluctuate, I would gain weight, and it would affect my performance, so and so. But carbs are very crucial, irrespective of the sport. The only difference in sports nutrition is what type of carbs are you giving, either for their training or for throughout the day, depending on their body composition, depending on what sport they are into. ऐसे नहीं कि पूरे दिन में खाली simple carbs ही देने हैं, या you already know it helps in repair of the cells and tissue, it helps in taking care of muscle growth, repair, regeneration. ये सारी चीजें हमें already पता है. But when we talk about protein, again we would segregate based on the event. So when we talk about power events में throughout the day it is important to have good amount of protein coming in all the meals. ऐसे जरूरी नहीं है कि किसी most sports nutrition में या फिर जितने भी athletes they focus more on proteins only. 150 grams, 180 grams, 130 grams of protein a day. But the thing is, major focus they give as soon as they are done with their training. 1 scoop, 2 scoops protein they would have, right? But your body's capacity to absorb protein as soon as you're done or at one point of time in a day is just 30 grams. So if your athlete is taking above and beyond that, ultimately it is going to add up and get stored as fat. I'm not saying it's going to convert as fat, but it gets stored as fat because it is excess. So अगर आप पूरे दिन में भी दे रहे हो for power athletes, you need to make sure that every meal has good concentration or good amount of high biological value protein coming in. If it's a vegetarian athlete, if it's a vegetarian athlete, so make sure that you supplement it with good protein, either powder or plant-based powder or whatever. Okay, so that it is adequate for the body. Don't overdo it because generally, like I said, athletes do not have a understanding of taking care of their hydration status, which would lead to too much stress on your kidneys, followed with other issues. So if your athlete is taking too much, first understand, educate them, and then only make sure that they are taking the adequate amount of that particular nutrient. There are certain athletes, power athletes में मैंने बहुत बार देखा है ये कि अलग-अलग टाइप के जड़ी बूटी, then बादाम को पूरा पीस के उसको ऑयल निकालने तक they would make that thing like a concentrate of badam just to increase their testosterone level, because definitely power sports where the major focus is on building muscle. So they would do all these kind of things, or they would take some things which might be banned by WADA or by NADA. So you need to ask them. You need to make sure that what kind of nutrient is coming from what kind of food, whether it's a natural source or whether they are taking a supplement or whatever. Because ये herbal हो गया या आयुर्वेदिक हो गया, they would take all of these kind of things, शतावरी, healthy fats. Okay, because as a source of energy तो definitely है. Plus it makes sure that your body has that insulation to prevent the injuries as well. Very common in athletes, so the major thing that you need to provide them is with a good nutrition strategy, taking care of their calcium and vitamin D. Okay. Then vitamin C and iron, as we know, again these two nutrients go hand in hand for the hemoglobin synthesis. If there is not enough of iron, if there is not enough of blood blood cells in their blood, calf muscle में spasm होता है या cramps आ जाते हैं, या even any part of the body. So you need to make the individual understand that this could be the reason for the same. Okay, zinc also plays a vital role immune system, protein synthesis, wound healing, which is very common in athletes. कोई भी issues या कोई भी अगर training ज़्यादा हो जाता है तो definitely they get some sort of a issue when they are training for a longer duration, because it's not the same of an individual like जो regular 1 hour 2 hour workout करते हैं. Athletes में 4-5 hours is the minimum that I have seen athletes training. Okay, and that is not like break लेके, but it is kind of okay. So we were talking about zinc. Definitely, like I initially also said, it has zinc, magnesium, selenium. All of these nutrients have a major role to play when we talk about recovery ho, ya muscle resynthesis ho, ya injury prevention ho. Definitely zinc is one of them, and if there is a deficiency, it can lead to fatigue and even affect muscle recovery. So if an athlete is coming to you and if they are explaining about these symptoms, then ultimately you need to make sure to incorporate these foods in their diet, which would take care of these kind of symptoms. And lastly, potassium. So sodium potassium has a role to play when we talk about their hydration or rehydration strategy, because as you know, it takes care of the fluid balance, whether it is intracellular or extracellular, sodium and potassium levels. Hydration takes care of the recovery, it takes care of the muscle cramps, as well as it will make sure that your body is, your muscles are basically pretty flexible enough, especially when you are training. Okay, and even potassium is lost via sweat, so this we already know about it, but you as a sports nutritionist or nutritionist need to make sure that the fluids that you are recommending them during their training session has a good balance of sodium and potassium. Okay, so rehydration strategy, definitely for each of the event there is a different aspect that you need to cover up. When we talk about power sports, so because the duration is not much, that doesn't mean that they do not require a hydration strategy. It definitely makes sure that their muscle metabolism, function, regulation of blood pressure and plasma volume concentrations are taken into consideration or are improved, especially for their sport. Because power sports में क्या होता है, the duration is less, jerk बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, outburst of energy ज़्यादा होती है, there are chances that the blood pressure would fluctuate. If they do not have enough of oxygen and blood supply to their muscle, it can actually affect their performance and actually affect the muscle metabolism as well. So it is important for you to make them understand that how and why a proper hydration or rehydration strategy can improve their performance. When we talk about endurance sports, definitely to ensure and take care of their performance, it helps. Secondly, thermal stress, because क्या होता है when an athlete is, maybe say if it's a runner, I'm just giving a common example. Runner है तो internally temperature goes up because there is sweat loss happening, right? To regulate that temperature, you need to replenish the sweat loss that has been happening. Okay? Plasma volume, blood volume even is considered or even is important in an endurance sport to जो आपके rehydration strategy से आप monitor कर सकते हो. Plus, because of this, it will delay fatigue, it would prevent injuries that is going to happen via sweat loss, or that is going to happen because of imbalance of the nutrients or because of the bad dehydration. I've seen this happen. Generally, लोग जब भागते हैं तो they get cramps and all they do is they will not drink water, but वो spray लगा के वो लोग spray करते रहेंगे. But they would not know that it is because of dehydration. Cramps में और एक चीज है कि I always recommend, and because of the research and the reading that happens, soda, जो baking soda है, that also helps as a buffering agent when an athlete is performing. I recommend it for power as well as endurance athletes in their sports drink या जो भी नींबू पानी पी रहे, coconut water पी रहे हैं, so that when you know that they have a higher prevalence or higher chances of getting any sort of these cramps for their sport requirement, या फिर when you know that they are not so good with taking care of their hydration status, this strategy definitely helps. When we talk about power plus endurance event, it would take care of their concentration, it would take care of the cramps, and it would help them focus and do that sport in a proper way. Okay, because like I said, water just does not, as we all know, water just does not play, water ho ya koi sports drink ho, it just does not play a role in taking care of the hydration. But even for each function of your organ, each function of the body's metabolism. So in sports, we just do not consider it as just the nutrient that needs to be taken into consideration, right? Light category sports it helps in optimizing the distribution of nutrients to muscle and makes the energy process working properly in each and every cell. Okay, so जो भी gymnastic हो या skill based sports हो, this is the role that water or the hydration strategy has to play. When you talk about skill based sports, chess हो जाए या all of these other kind of sports, it helps to keep their mind more clear. So it is one of the fuel for your brain as well. Okay, increased blood flow जो हमने already पढ़ा है या फिर it helps oxygen delivery much more better to the brain, especially when they are participating or performing. And track and field में तो their major concern is cramps. 100 meters, 200 meters, agar within seconds if they have to run, that is the major complaint that always comes. So it helps in taking care of the cramping issue, no matter what kind of environment they are practicing in. Okay. Here there is a different slide which I want to focus on, and I always do when we talk about hydration, is intestinal water absorption. When we recommend a sports drink to any of the athletes, irrespective of the sport, as a sports nutritionist or as a dietitian, we need to understand that the pathways for the glucose absorption versus the fructose absorption is different in the body. So generally what I do is, if I know that the requirement of an individual for an event is much more higher, and if they are not so dedicated enough taking care of their hydration status, we recommend them 2 different drinks which would provide them glucose and fructose, or a combination of glucose and fructose or sucrose. Okay, different type of carbs. Because I said, so for example, अगर हम एक रास्ते से जा रहे हैं, for समझ लो that road is blocked, okay? So in our body, that one road will be followed by glucose, wherein there will be another pathway for the fructose and sucrose to get absorbed. So when you are providing 2 different pathways for the body to absorb the source of energy, it would be much better for your body to absorb and give quick results. Wherein, if you are focusing only on one nutrient, then at that point of time, the time that your body is going to get absorb that nutrient as well as to give you the result would be much longer as compared to what you would get from both of these sources. So generally, if I recommend, this common example है, if I recommend नींबू पानी, which would have salt या फिर sugar, salt, sugar, and अगर गुड़ भी डालना है तो, the second drink would be based off honey. So I would change this sugar and I would replace it with honey, with the similar concentration, so that I know that there are 2 different sources of glucose that is being recommending to that athlete, because intestinal level pe the absorption and the pathway is different. So the exhaustion time goes down, the recovery time goes up, as well as it helps in improving the performance as well. Okay, and this is just a common recommendation that I do to all of my athletes is, अगर activity levels less than 30 minutes की है, it's okay if you do not provide any carb in the hydration drink. Versus when it is between 45 to 75 minutes, generally there's something called as, there's a concept called as mouth rinse. So all you do is, एक carbonated drink हो या फिर अगर जैसे Red Bull है for example, या Coke है, या any other hydration drink that you have to recommend to the athlete, generally all of these endurance, high-end endurance athletes होते हैं, they just gargle that source of carb, because the transmitters to your brain are here and your tongue, right? So it actually helps in giving that sudden rush of energy, because here in all sports you have to understand it's all mind game. Nutrition तो आ ही जाता है definitely, but then your mind needs to be strong enough, your mind needs to be prepared for all the consequences. So if your nutrition strategy is also considering how your brain is going to function, it is a win-win situation for you and the athlete as well. So mouth rinse भी अगर, क्योंकि काफी athletes के पास जनरली अभी endurance अगर कोई भाग रहा है तो they can't carry so many things with them to eat, right? So अगर आप उनको बोलो कि you just gargle this drink या मुंह में रख के उसको gargle करके just throw it out, they would feel immediate result from it. So carb rinse में आप 45 या 75 minutes का अगर activity होता है तो you can definitely recommend this thing. अगर 1 to 2 hours है, if it's a marathon run, 10 kilometers है या 21 kilometers है, up to 30 grams per hour carbs can be recommended. Any form of carb would do. Okay. When we talk about 2 to 3 hours, this would generally come in for 21-kilometer run, or maybe say full marathon, which would go for 2 to 3 hours, or any sport for that matter. That amount of carbs which is recommended for 1 to 3 hours, 1 to 2 hours would go up. Jisme the major focus should be given to sucrose, glucose and maltodextrin. Because the oxidation of these three carbs is different. Okay, when we talk about sucrose and glucose, they would be oxidized at a much lower, faster state versus maltodextrin. So 60 grams per hour is recommended. And when we talk about any event that is going above and beyond 2.5 hours or 3 hours, 90 grams of carbs should be given per hour, which would have a blend of glucose and fructose for the same reason that I already mentioned. Okay? हाइड्रेशन में एक और चीज मेरे को फोकस करनी है कि द टाइप ऑफ ड्रिंक्स. सो देयर आर 3 मेजर टाइप ऑफ ड्रिंक्स. आपने सुनी है? नहीं? ओके. सो generally there are 3 categories when we talk about sports drink. One is hypertonic, one is hypotonic and one is isotonic. Okay, sequence गड़बड़ हो गया. Hyper, iso, hypo. Okay. So hypertonic would be generally higher concentration of glucose as well as the salts would be high. So अगर हम नींबू पानी बना रहे हैं तो उसमें हम ज़्यादा शुगर डाल देंगे, ज़्यादा salt डाल देंगे, it will become hypo, which is generally not suggested for athletes until unless they need a quick rush of energy. Okay, because उसका exhaustion time भी बढ़ जाएगा if in case you are giving a hypertonic drink. Hyper. Okay. Isotonic, because the isotonicity or the concentration of the drink matches with the pH of our blood. So that is between 5 to 8%. If you are recommending, and most of the sports drink would have this concentration. So this is the ideal concentration. Even coconut water has the same concentration. Okay, so this is very ideal for any sport. If the pH of the drink matches with your blood's pH, definitely your performance will be improved, your exhaustion time would be decreased, the sweat loss that is happening would be replenished properly. And hypo, nahi, because everything is on the lower side, you would feel fatigue. Composition, most important, if you do not know the fat to muscle percentage, if you do not know whether it's ideal for the sport or not, the supplement, recommending or any, providing any supplement is not going to help. Okay? Training routine, very important. कितने घंटे, what type of training. It's not like gym. अभी मैं इंटरव्यू पे बात कर रही थी इधर. It's not like gym कि आप खाली कार्डियो कर रहे हो या खाली आप वेट ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हो. You need to understand the physiology, exercise physiology for the sport they are into. Because unless you don't know कि 2 घंटे की ट्रेनिंग में exactly क्या हो रहा है. Whether it's only sprinting that is happening, sprinting हो रहा है तो कितने repetitions हो रहे हैं, कितने डिस्टेंस का स्प्रिंट हो रहा है, उसके बीच में रिहैब हो रहा है, स्ट्रेंथ एंड कंडीशनिंग हो रहा है. Until you don't know about this, recommending a supplement is a big question mark. Okay, recovery rate, very important. Again, you need to, ये सारे ऊपर के points हैं, you need to understand these all points. You would know कि there are certain people who would be allergic to it, some people would be intolerant to it. So वो supplement में ये सारी चीजें देखना is very important. So events के लिए, like I also said, make sure that अगर food से नहीं हो रहा है, you are giving an individual a habit of having that supplement, which would be beneficial for the event. And goals of athlete, definitely उनको क्या करना है, muscle बढ़ाना है या फिर endurance बढ़ाना है, blood flow बढ़ाना है, stamina बढ़ाना है. You need to understand, talk it out with the athlete, talk it out with their coach, with their physios. Understand what are their goals and then recommend supplements accordingly. Okay, because and I personally do not recommend any supplement to individuals until unless I know their blood chemistry. Blood test के अलावा there is no supplement recommendation that is happening, because there are higher chances that there could be some of the ingredients which would affect their performance, which would affect their mental state, which would affect their injury and all of those things. So you have to be extra careful. Every year World Anti-Doping का list modify होता रहता है. Fortunately, Red Bull has good amount, I won't say good amount, but adequate amount of caffeine, so Red Bull does not come under WADA ka list or any of these kind of beverages. So definitely I've seen so many athletes, I formulate recipes for my athletes including Red Bull. So because the caffeine भी आता है कभी WADA में होता है नहीं होता है, it's all about the quantities, it's about the concentration and the amount every supplement would have. So you need to know all of these things before you recommend it to your athlete. because kids के लिए I generally don't. Sometimes ऐसे भी होता है कि the athlete is already taking supplements. एक तो fellow athlete बता देता है कि यार चलो ये भी ले लो because it has helped me, या फिर coaches, very common. So you need to see whether it is ideal for the sport, whether it is ideal for that athlete, and then only say कि Baba yes you can take it, you cannot take it. Okay, so that's about supplements. Thank you so much, and I'm all set to take questions. If you want to know more, if you want to see what work we are doing, you can definitely visit all our social medias. You can write to me. You can visit our website as well. And thank you so much for listening so patiently. And I hope that I have covered most of the topics. I tried to keep it very simple. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. No questions? समझ में आ गया सब कुछ?
What's your take on L-carnitine, which is easily available in the market and